Have you ever felt lost in the chaos of daily life, unsure of how to find clarity in your decisions? What if I told you there's an ancient teaching, passed down from generation to generation, that can help you face any challenge, whether external or internal? In this video, you'll discover the story of a ninja master who, through a simple mantra, overcame his greatest adversities. More than just an adventure, this lesson will show you how to calm your mind in moments of pressure and achieve inner peace. If you're looking for more focus, resilience, and wisdom to deal with life's modern battles, stay here. You're about to learn something that can transform how you face your challenges. Deep in the mist-covered mountains, the ancient ninja moved with the grace of someone who had spent decades mastering the arts of ninjutsu. Every silent step on the damp grass reflected his deep connection to the nature around him. The wind that blew through the tree branches carried the whispers of ages past, reminding him of the many secrets he had guarded throughout his life. True wisdom, he thought, is not in knowing how to fight, but in understanding what must be defended. Sitting atop a high rock, he opened his weathered leather journal, the worn pages gleaming in the morning light. The wind continued to blow as the ancient ninja carefully flipped through the pages, recalling a mission from his youth. Many years ago, he began, I was tasked with retrieving an invaluable artifact, a scroll containing an ancient mantra. I didn't realize the true power of that scroll until I was tested beyond my limits. He described how, at the time, he was still a young warrior, eager to prove his worth. Little did he know that the mission would lead him to confront his deepest fears, not in battle, but within himself. The art of a ninja wasn't just about mastering the sword, but about controlling the mind. The journey to retrieve the scroll took him to a hidden cave, deeply embedded in the mountains. The path was treacherous, filled with natural traps and lurking enemies. The cave was like a labyrinth, he recalled. There was a heavy silence there, as if the mountain itself guarded secrets it did not want to reveal. As he ventured into the heart of the cave, darkness enveloped him entirely, disorienting him. It was then that he began to recite the sacred mantra, Kokoro no Yami wo Kirisaku, which means, cut through the darkness of the heart. Each repetition seemed to illuminate his path, an inner light guiding him through the shadows. The ancient ninja paused, allowing the memory to fully unfold. For days I wandered through the cave, unsure if I would ever find a way out. Every moment was a test of patience and self-control. The mantra became my only companion. In that oppressive silence, I realized that the greatest battle wasn't against the obstacles ahead of me, but against the despair growing within. The mantra was not just words, but a key to unlocking his own mental resilience. It was there that I understood the mind's control is a ninja's greatest weapon. After many days, he found the scroll hidden within an underground chamber. Upon opening the scroll, he realized that the real treasure wasn't in the written words, but in the meaning behind them. The mantra on the scroll was the same one I had recited countless times, but now it made sense in a way it never had before. The scroll spoke of the importance of balance between body, mind, and spirit, teachings he had begun to understand during his journey in the cave. The external darkness was nothing more than a reflection of my own inner darkness. The ancient ninja's pupil, who sat before him, listened intently, absorbing every word. This is our story, said the ancient ninja, his voice carrying the wisdom of a lifetime. The mantra that guided me in that cave not only helped me find the scroll, but also discover a profound truth about myself. The greatest battles we fight are always internal. The young apprentice looked at the master with admiration, realizing that while physical training was important, it was control over the mind and emotions that would make him a true warrior. Fighting techniques may change over time, the ancient ninja continued, but the principles that govern the mind and spirit are eternal. He then explained to the pupil how, in every mission he faced after that experience, the mantra stayed with him. No matter how difficult the circumstances, whenever he repeated the mantra, his mind calmed, allowing him to see the situation clearly and make the best decisions. The mantra isn't a magic formula, he said, but a powerful tool to remind us of who we are and what we're capable of. Time passed, and the ancient ninja taught his pupil the mantra that had guided him through so many missions. Together, they recited it. Kokoro no yami wo kirisaku. The young apprentice could feel the serenity settle into his mind. In time, said the master, you will understand that true power doesn't lie in the sword you wield, but in the calm you maintain amidst chaos. The pupil knew he still had much to learn, but that lesson on mental control would be one of the most important in his journey. He was determined to follow in his master's footsteps and master not only physical techniques, but also the art of patience and wisdom. Night began to fall, and the valley was engulfed in a thick mist. The ancient ninja, still seated on the rock, gazed at the horizon, where stars were beginning to shine. Remember, my pupil, he said, a ninja never lets the world around him control his spirit. When everything around you seems uncertain, trust in the mantra. It will guide you back to your center, back to yourself. With that, he closed the journal and slowly stood up, his movements still as graceful as those of a young warrior. And for you who are watching and listening, know that you are also part of this journey. Just as the ancient ninja found clarity in the darkness, we all face moments when chaos seems to take over our lives. The teaching he shares with us today is simple yet profound. The battles we fight against the outside world can only be won if we first conquer inner peace. Join us in the next lesson, and together, we will continue to walk the path of wisdom,